Welcome back to another Midlife Mark video. Join me in the van, the Volkswagen T6.1, which I've now owned for just over 5 years. It's got 153,000 kilometers on the clock, so just shy of 100,000 miles. Absolutely love it. Every time I get in it, I enjoy driving it. I just love driving it. It's amazing. It's so comfortable. It does what it needs power wise for me, just tootling along the motorway. Brilliant. Had some amazing trips in it. There are a couple of things I would do differently. I've already talked about those in another video, and that brings me on to the T7, the Volkswagen T7. So we've all seen the videos, we've all seen the opinions. We all know it's a hybrid of a Ford and Volkswagen, bit of a collaboration going on. From what I've seen, the sales haven't been great. Certainly when I'm looking around, there's a lot of offers on the Transporter, the T7. So I'm thinking about getting one. Like I said, I've had this for 5 years. It gets a lot of interest where I live. It's not very common to see transporters converted into camper vans like I've done. So it does get a lot of attention. I have people asking me all the time, if you ever sell it, give me a shout, let me know. So I know I can sell this. That's not a problem. And I would get a good chunk back of what I've put into it, I think, because it's been well serviced, well maintained. I had the detailing on with the ceramic coating on the paintwork, so the paintwork is, you know, it's immaculate considering it's 5 years old. Again, well looked after van. But next week I'm going to go and look at a T7, right? I've seen them, of course I have, but I'm actually going to go and sit down with the VW dealer and see what the score is with their price that they sent me, based on the configuration that I sent them. And also, you know, what can they do extra to try and tempt me in as a customer. Before I do that, I want to try and get some feedback from the community. So the reason for this video is to ask, if you have bought a T7, what do you like about it? What don't you like about it? What are some of the problems that are out there being discussed have come to fruition on your van? Are there any things in there that you wish you'd known before you bought it, for example? But I want you to be objective, okay? I don't want people in the comments saying, don't buy it, it's a hybrid of a Ford. We know that. That's a given already, all right? But I want to try and get beyond that and talk about the issues. Have any of those issues in your first year of ownership, 6 months of ownership? Have you noticed anything? I've seen things like paintwork not being up to scratch, panel alignment being off, you know, things like that. So that's what I'm looking for before I go to Volkswagen. So do share your experiences of buying and owning a T7, because it's going to give me some information to go to the dealers with, just in the back of my mind, you know, to keep in mind when I'm thinking about what I'm going to do. It's not a given that I'm going to buy one, but it does interest me, I must admit. There's a couple of reasons for that. Like I said, this has been well looked after, but it's 5 years old and it's coming up to 100,000 miles. I've just had all the belts done, everything, water pumped a lot, major service has just been done, so I know it's good, right? But also, I've said before, there's things that I wouldn't do on a van if I did it again. So for example, I wouldn't put the full electrics in, because I've used the hookup. I have used the hookup, but probably less than 20 times in 5 years. So was it worth that extra spend to get the electric hookup? I think now I would go with a portable power pack. I also will probably not get the seats in the back. And I would go for more of a U-shape setup in the back, just for practicality. And again, I've not really used those as passenger seats. They have been used as a bed loads, right? but the amount of times I've carried passengers in the back, again, I could probably keep into the very low double digits. So was it worth that extra expense? Because I had to get them installed, and then when it came to check, I had to get a technical inspection and get my logbook updated, and you know, it's quite expensive, and it was a bit of a faff, to be honest. So there's things that I would definitely do differently if I was to get a new van. But before I get a new van, if I decide to get a new van, like I said, I want to focus on your experience as a T7 owner. So drop in the comments your experience if you've bought a T7, what you're happy with, what you're unhappy with. Would you configure it differently going forward? I've already decided, by the way, I'm not interested in an electric engine. I'm not interested in a hybrid engine. I'm going full diesel, right? Manual as well. Don't want any of that DSG nonsense. I'm a driver's driver, so that's what I'm going for. Anyway, please do look out for the next video where I do go and visit Volkswagen. I give you my feedback on the test drive and what I think of the van and blah, blah, blah. But in the meantime, like I said, drop your experience in the comments, and let's see where this takes us. I hope you're having a great summer. The weather's beautiful. I know it's been hot. The hotter the better for me. I'm not one of these people that sits and complains about the hot weather, because before you know it, it'll be getting dark at 4 o'clock. It'll be 0 degrees and more, snowing, raining, the job lot, and we'll all be complaining about that. So enjoy while it lasts, troops, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!